This is Tilman Floyd with True Temper Sports. We're at our 400,000 square foot steel golf shaft facility today. Come on in, let's take a look. Today we're going to go through how a golf shaft is made. First, we source U.S. steels that come in on a truck. So these 7 pulls of steel will roughly make about 50,000 golf shafts once it's said and done. We take said steel off, we weld it into a 20-foot tube, and then we go through several different draw passes using a ID mandrel. Verify the ID and OD of the tube. After the 6th draw pass, that 20-foot tube has turned into 135 feet of tube. So this is our finished draw process. The 20-foot tube you saw at the beginning turns into this 135-foot tube. And every step I'm taking is 1 golf shaft. Once we've drawn it out and we've got it to the final draw pass, we have to cut it to a golf shaft blank. Once they're cut, they will turn into a golf shaft blank, and then we'll go into the golf shaft side of the process. Once the blank is cut, we go through rigorous tests. We weigh each blank, verify the weight, verify ODs, and verify our balance points. Once this is done, we go to our forming process, which we have a couple of. Dynamic Gold goes through a taper press process, which is a hydraulic press that shoves the golf shaft into several different dies, forming the steps on the shaft. So this is a carbide die. The blank golf shaft goes through this die at a specific location, and that's what puts the step on your golf shaft. So depending on the golf shaft you're playing and how many steps it has, depends how many tubes we have to use to make that shaft. Each tube represents 1 step on your golf shaft. For us to get a tube into this stage of the process, it takes approximately 2 weeks. Once the steps are formed, we go to a quality check, which is a laser mic system to verify the step ODs and tip ODs. For Project X, the forming process is a little different. We go to a swedge process, which takes our golf shaft blank and runs it through a 30-inch die to form our straight tapered Project X shaft. After both types of shafts are formed, we go to our heat treat process. This is our ice tempering process. This is how True Temper actually got its name. This turns your shaft into a leaf spring where it doesn't bend or break. Once it comes out of our heat treat process, we go through various tests to make sure the shaft does not bend or break when you're playing out there on the course. Once this is complete, we go through a straighten process, which we have a couple different ones for a couple different shafts, but we get the shafts laser straight. Once the shafts are straightened, we go through a trim process, which cuts a little off the tip and a little off the butt to get the correct butt length and tip length for the specific shaft. Once the shaft is trimmed, we go to our polish process, which is a 5-head polish. It runs through a series of heads at different belt grits to get our desired finish. Once the shaft is polished, we hang 8 of them on our plater to run a surface finish test. If they pass our quality standards for the surface finish test, we hang the rest of that order on the plater and plate it. This is our chrome weigh machine. It weighs the shaft, makes sure it's the correct weight. If it's not, it kicks it out. It checks the tip size, and it also sprays the part code on the butt of the shaft with our signature, made in the USA. Once the shaft is plated, we apply cosmetics to them, whether it be a heat transfer or an adhesive label. Once this is done, we go to an inspection process. We get rid of any cosmetic defects, any structural defects, so they don't get to the consumer. And I got a little scratch in it too.
Yeah.
Once this is complete, we wrap and pack the golf shaft, put it on a pallet, put it on a truck, and goes to the end consumer.